Hello, welcome to the Aussie Footy Show, presented by the BJ Show. This episode, I will be sharing what's been happening behind the scenes in the Aussie footy world here in Australia. And for those who don't know, in an area in Australia called Queensland, get cyclones and tornadoes, all that, so lots of floods, and it's quite serious. So I would like to share two games. Well, footy is back. Amazing. Just like this. It's going to clip my fingers just like that. And my goodness, footy has returned to 2025, and I'm going to share some massive who I will think should win. Look, I'm not going to share the other two games between the Swans and the Hawks and the Giants and the Pies, but I'll just do these postponed ones. Maybe should I leave them to later, but I'll share them now, like the Lions and the Cats and the Suns and the Bombers. Look, I'm going to go towards the Cats, my second team, and the Suns. That will be my predictions. No predictions, no how much, just who I think. So what do you think of all what's going behind the scenes of that? But what I think about the Swans and the Hawks, this is going to be all my reviews and thoughts about these two games. But we'll start with the Swans and the Hawks. Look, it's great to have footy back on a Friday night. It's here, it's exciting, and look, Sydney are hosting the first game. It's fantastic, like last year. But Friday night, it's big. So best wishes, and same with Hawthorn travelling. They'll look really exciting. Having their preseason now gone, both of them completed, but wish them both all the best. Come to Sunday afternoon football, we're back with that as well. And the Giants and the Pies, look, one team's got to be better than others. There's massive injuries going on behind for one team is the Giants. Look, I think the other team, called Collingwood, I think they should win, but don't know. So, best wishes. Look, it's going to be, two games. You can't do too much about it. It's not the same, in my opinion, but stay tuned. Every week of Aiden and I will share all from round one. It's not that Aiden and I will share how the teams went, but that's what I'm going to share from that. But the reason why I'm also here in this episode, I'm going to share the preseason thoughts. And I'm going to start off, great to have footy back in, like I mentioned before, in preseason. So the Cats and the Doms, known as Essendon Bombers, that's just a nickname for that club. Anyway, well, I actually went for Essendon. And this is pre-season. Essendon kicked really accuracy. It was a really good start to the Bombers. They kicked 5 goals to 2 goals for Geelong. Geelong came out. They knew what they need to do in Geelong. They're very good. Not having a big crowd, because it is. Well, they did have a decent crowd, actually, in Geelong, but only on the members' side, not on the other side of the oval. And even they had that upgraded, which looked fantastic. Geelong kicked 6 goals to 3 goals. So all accuracy for both clubs, but Essendon got the advantage of kicking straighter. They had 3 goals to 2 in front of the Bombers, and then final quarter 5 goals to 2. So look, Geelong this was a practice game for them. I think this would be a good lesson. It's great to have Amy from Community as their sponsor. Amy's been doing community football for some time now, and I think this is fantastic to have, all that. So we now go to Wednesday night football, and at Icon Park, which is where Carlton Blues train there, used to be known as Optus Oval back in the 90s, and great to have Richmond looking really to kick totally 6-13, so 19 scoring shots overall, and I just think Richmond did their best, but it wasn't enough, and they cost them in the last score. But overall, they actually did pretty well, not kicking many behinds. It was the first quarter cost them, and they'll learn from that. And I think pressure, there's lots of pressure. Collingwood 2 good, 6 goals straight, then 1 goal, 7 Richmond. Then we go to adding on for Collingwood 7 goals to 3 goals, 3. Then we go to another 6 straight to 1 goal straight, and it was a 2 goals, 5 to Richmond, 1 goal, 3. So really even in that final quarter, but I think Collingwood just look a bit better on paper. We knew that 6 goals is a good effort. effort against a very good quality side like Collingwood. In the pre-season, you don't want to go and be really bad, but unfortunately, it's only pre-season, doesn't really matter, but Collingwood got the job done. But I will go on with Collingwood in my tips in that regard. Thursday night, well, the Hawthorn Hawks, Western Bulldogs, and this is the 100-year celebration for the Western Bulldogs Football Club joined this. I didn't watch too much pre-season football, but this game was played in University of Tasmania, in Tasmania. Let's just keep it that. So Bulldogs got the job done in a big way. Good start to the Bulldogs. 3 goals, 6 to 2-2. Tomato, 3 goals, 3 to 1 goal, 3 goals to 1 in front of the Hawks, and another 3 goals to 4 in the final quarter. So the Bulldogs got better, but it's pre-season, means nothing. Hawthorn couldn't actually come out firing at the MCG. They did that well last year, Hawthorn. They just really stayed tight. They were right in front of with Adelaide down at Tasmania, and they got the job done. So it was pretty even. I've gone with the actual Hawks with this game. I think they look really better there, so I didn't get that correct. Now we go to the double header, and we go down to Brighton Homes Arena with the Lions. The Premiers take on the rebuilding Adelaide Crows, out of rebuilding into making hopefully Matty Nick's 5th or 6th season, and hopefully making into a final spot in season 2025, coming into the finals. I know we're all talking early, but this is the season that the Crows must make finals, and it's overdue for the club. So let's just break down the quarters. Look, Brisbane Premiers start well, 4 goals to 2. It was the Crows 6 goals to 2 to the Lions, and 3 goals to each to share the quarter. But this is the quarter that Adelaide did so well. Yes, it's pre-season, but Adelaide got the job, 5 goals to 4, very even. If Brisbane just got that easy shot, they were won by 3 points. So the game was really in favour from Adelaide to win this. No one see this coming from the Crows. They played really good against Port Adelaide as well to the Lions in what you called a community series, and Adelaide did really well in this pre-season clash, and I went with the Crows. Obviously, we go now to the Giants and the to the mighty Blues in Marco Oval, and I've gone with the Blues in my tips in this one. It doesn't matter who wins, who tips and what, but it's just if this was a round of football, this is how I've done. Now I got one wrong. Tasmania, Hawthorn makes sense, and they look alright, but anyway, moving forward, 5 goals to 0. Then it was 3 goals to 4 Giants way. Good job from the Giants. 4 goals to 2 in front of the Blues, and another 6 goals, 6 to 3 goals, 3. So Giants are just going to look. Do they have pen of paper to win games this season? We don't know, and I think Carlton look really, really strong. Yes, it is still pre-season, and look, I think they're looking a bit, not unsure in my opinion, but yeah, Carlton was my tip. Well, I went to on people's first day on the Gold Coast, a Suns take on the Swans, and I went with Sydney with this one before this game even exists. Look, quite honest with you, I thought Gold Coast, I don't know, they had all their players in and out, same with the Swans, and they didn't have all their best players on paper, but overall, you're gonna say 21 points in a pre-season game against a runners-up in the grand final against for the Gold Coast Suns. It's good effort. 3 goals to 4 in front of the Swans. Then it was 3 goals to nothing, 6 behinds. Now this is what's going to be issue. If Gold Coast continue doing this some of those games during the season, they're not going to win games. They're going to cost games, and they must have massive opportunities. 2 goals to behinds, and then it was another 3 goals to 3. So more behinds than goals in front of Gold Coast. They need to fix that. I think this is why we have pre-season games. Practice matches, improve what you need to improve and get it done. So yeah, like I said, Swans was my tip for that one. So the Saints and the Power was look, old RSEA where Park in Melbourne, where St Kilda do play their training ground, and in our last game for 2 more games was the Eagles and the Roos and the Dockers, and the Demons will share all of that. So go back to the Saints and the Power. Look, I tip Port Adelaide for this pre-season game. I think they'll look a bit better. Look, I could easily seeker tip St Kilda. Even that St Kilda did well against Carlton in their first game in their practice match. I think Port Adelaide look a bit better, 6-0. Then there was 2-1. Then it was another 3 goals each and another 3 goals each. So overall, Port Adelaide were better on paper. Maybe they don't have all their best structure team. They need to do this each week. If they do this, they're going to look really good in season ahead. So Port Adelaide was my tip for that game. And these are just my thoughts of how games went. So, look, 11-5-71 to 9-15-69. This was actually a really, I think, game of the week in practice games. And I think both teams are on the rebuilding path. I think North Melbourne are out of that. They've got some good experience, but they've still got a long, long way to go in North Melbourne. And West Coast on the path of rebuilding, losing some great players. So, North Melbourne came out well. They kept 3-1. West Coast did. I didn't watch this first quarter. And I've got to say, it was just really struggling. North Melbourne came out really, really well, and I think credit for West Coast getting the job done, keeping accuracy. 1 goal to 3, then 5 goals, go 6 straight to 4 goals, 9-33. Then it was 7-2-44, so 1 goal to 3 goals from making it 7-14. Then it was West Coast 4 goals, 3 to 2 goals, 1. So look, credit to North Melbourne, they really did well, but West Coast was my tip to win this game. I think they look better on paper, and I think Western are the best in season 2025. Means absolutely nothing. Like I said, points don't matter. It's just a practice game versus each other's clubs. We come to the final game. We have made it now. I did not know who won this game till I saw the results. Well, we all know what they say. Back here is about scoring. No, oh my goodness, Melbourne's going to be one of in my opinion, the worst goal kicker in the competition this year. Just seeing that at this time of year. We don't know yet. We'll find out in the season ahead. So it was all started with the first quarter, 1 goal, 5, 3-2-4. So then it was go to 5 goals, 5 to 4 behinds. Then it was a better quarter, 5 goals, 6 to 4 goals, 2. Then this was a 5 goals, 2 to 5 goals, 9. Fremantle had an easy go was there. It was a 19-point. I tipped Freo. I think they look better, ESC was imperfect. There was no excuses to not play better. They're a lot better than this, but I have not seen Melbourne in a practice game or a normal game 11-24 in a practice match. You cannot do that coming in the season. No, it's going to be really bad. Yeah. So there are my reviews and thoughts. Yes, I did not share this before. I was going to announce this was going to happen, but you know what's happening in a game for tonight. You know what's happening of what my thoughts. But yeah, coming back into the opening season. Yeah, footy's back. What do you think? I think it's going to look good. Stay tuned for all the content of my reviews and thoughts, all the best teams 2025 on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and down below with a thumbs up. That'll be more push related. This is all going on YouTube as well, as they say, all tuned for that. I'll make a little nice little presentation and what I think of that soon as possible so I can get it onto YouTube. I think this is going to be an interesting season. I think there's going to be some good results coming through round 1. Opening round, but really I don't count that because it's 2 out of 4 games, so I'm not really careless how so I'm doing a 40 team competition, and I'm more happy to send you the code. I really, really much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and anything else, make sure you support the podcast. There's more Aussie Footy Show content coming out every week on a Wednesday, so say really, really opening soon. And also we'll also have nothing to do with the Aussie Footy Show, but we'll also share the most important exciting news the BJ Show has is the rugby that's known as National Rugby League, and the Super Netball League is Australian competitions we have as well in the winter in Australia. So they will be all on a different show. Maybe the Australian Audition show as well, maybe an extra show, maybe we run it on a different day. We'll find out very soon. Anyway, thanks for listening, and keep podcasting wherever you get your podcast. The BJ Show is out. Bye for now.